What up, y'all? It's your boy, one and only A Switch, aka Tony the Tiger's long lost cousin, Toby. That was stupid as hell. I'm sorry. You see the stripes though. You see the stripes. You see the stripes though. AKA, you want some marshmallow or is jelly fine? AKA Tokomaki Tiger Dropper, AKA the Nigga Lip Master, bringing you yet another episode of Switcher Sites, episode 203. Yeah, lots happened since we last spoke. Yeah, I don't know. It's so much. It's like, where would I start anyway? But you know, the world is getting worse. Of course, big surprise. I know. Something else. I don't know. Something else. But otherwise, we have a pretty good episode today. Talking about TGS, including RGG Direct and PlayStation State of Play. And of course, oh boy, the Xbox price increase, Game Pass price increase to be specific. So, you know what? Let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. Tokyo Game Show 2025. I didn't see any of this live necessarily, but I saw clips and videos and glimpses here and there. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this Emma Frost from Marvel Rivals, this Phoenix Diamond outfit she got on. I mean, I'm sorry, Dr. Umar. I'm so sorry. Forza Horizon 6 been revealed. I'm not a huge racing fan. Some select racing games I'm into, like Burnout and Mario Kart to a certain degree, but people who have been wondering, Forza Horizon 6 is back. You watch out. Go the speed limit. Black Ops 7 showcase a multiplayer map set in Japan. That's a little weird. I don't know. It's like that's a little odd to just, I don't know. Hey, we got maps in Japan, so why not show them at Tokyo Game Show? Something about that feels a little too contrived for me. But I digress. 007 First Light video showing Selena Tan. I mean, if that's what you were looking for, there you go. Ninja Gaiden 4 overview, Master Ninja difficulty, action, and training mode. That training mode, boy, I'm gonna put that to use absolutely, because your boy need to really practice the combos. Really need to practice them combos. Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflect. I gotta do it. Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection. I mean, Twisted. That's such a, what is up with all these Well, can we talk real quick about these subtitles that just be like they gotta be so emo. They have to. That's like the necessary. It's not a subtitle unless it's emo. You know. Um, I can't even think of any other good ones. I was gonna say Deception, but that's fairly tame. Twisted Reflection. What's that Zelda game? The Zelda Musu game. What was it? Not Age of Calamity. Age of Imprisonment. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty emo. Age of Imprisonment. Bruce Lee also joining Hitman World of Assassination as your partner. Um, yeah, I'm curious how that kind of went about. Knowing like, I assume that they consulted Bruce Lee's family, and I guess allowed his likeness to be in the game. I'm kind of interested in that. Not gonna lie. Gungrave Gore Blood Heat. I mean, why not? Gungrave Gore Blood Heat. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Uh, lets you dual wield guns and use a massive one as a weapon and shield. I mean, I thought you could always do that. I don't know what they're like. What is different from this? Its newly added systems preserve legacy while delivering a modern and explosive feel. These updates will be felt level design, motion, visuals, player interactions, combat system, and more. Yes, you'll be playing as Beyond the Grave, who was once known as Brandon Heat, and will have full access to his dual Cerberus pistols and the gigantic Death Hauler that can be used as a weapon shield. So I think from what I heard is that I think this is like the same game, Blood Gungrave Gore from 2022. Well, I guess they did say it's a remake. It's a remake of 2022's Gungrave Gore. So I think basically they were making the game in a new engine, and I assume improving some things. Interesting. I will play it. I think it was on Game Pass when it originally came out. So I'm curious if this one is also hit in the past. Shoot, it better be for this damn price increase that we'll talk about later. Skimming through just irrelevant stuff that doesn't really speak to me. Dragon Quest 1 2 HD remake, Ocean Floor Area. Hey, if that tickles you. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. I guess the director saying, "Hey, you must play this." Swery and Suda 51. Stop by Xbox. Show play Hotel Barcelona multiplayer modes. Oh, so there's a 3-player co-op mode. I think this technically is out. At least the physical isn't out, but I think digitally it is out. I'm definitely going to check it out. Double Dragon revives extra mode. Adds more challenge. More reasons to play after the story mode is ended. This mode will feature over 50 missions and will unlock character-specific missions that will tell even more of the story of the game. That's kind of cool. I'm definitely messing with that, 100%. Anything else that like stands out? Not really. That speaks to me, at least, not necessarily. So, yeah, that's pretty much Tokyo Game Show. I guess this doesn't include like the lined up directs and stuff that like were kind of around it. So, speaking of Ryuga Gotoku Direct 2025 popped off. and we got finally. It was a little highly rumored. I'd say decently for a few months until we finally got the reveal that Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties is a thing. So a remake of Yakuza 3, essentially. And Dark Ties is technically a separate game, but is going to be included with Kiwami 3, to my understanding. I think they'll be bundled together or they're on the same disc. Let me confirm that. Yeah, I think they're on the same disc. Kind of like Yakuza Kiwami 2 with the Majima little side thing, but I think this is much more ambitious than that. So boy, man, a lot has been talked about for this game specifically with Yakuza 3. A lot of the characters, like the actors for the characters have been recast, or the likeness have been completely recast, overhauled, which I think mostly for everybody like are not really good decisions from what we've seen. That they seem very like, why did you do this? Specifically, Rikia Shimabukuro, who's like kind of Kiryu's like pal throughout 3, and they totally recast him. He doesn't look at all like the character from the original Yakuza 3, which is very odd because it's like drastic. Like he had an American vibe to him compared to this actor where he looks to be fully Asian. So I don't know, a little odd. And you got a lot of people getting backlash. Ryuga Kotoku Studios getting backlash because of it, and I mean, understandably so. I think there was one other actor who was supposedly had allegations for sexual harassment. So now people like, why are we recasting this person? But he's had history of sexual harassment, like that, which is why they recasted some of the like actors for like the remake of 4. The one actor who's like the detective guy, the detective main character, I forget his name, but so yeah, just very odd choices. Probably the other notable, like I guess drastic, if not concerning aspect that they did mention is that the revelation system is not going to be present in the remake, which is like, what are we doing? What are we doing if the revelation system is not gonna be in this remake? Why you do that? That's literally like one of the shining aspects of the game, and you're gonna cut that out completely. And apparently one character that's generally tied with it, who's that black? I'm just looking up the black guy. The black guy from Yakuza 3. I mean, it's not that many. What? Andre Richardson is not black. Mac. Yeah, Mac. Mac Shinozuka. Hey. Well, no, I think he sounds similar to the one guy, but no less. I think he was tied pretty closely to the revelation system. So consider we haven't seen him in the game. People are thinking that he was also in turn cut because of cutting the revelation system. So They don't make it seem like there's an alternative or like they made a new different system to compensate for it as well. And yeah, that one is definitely probably the most like my excitement for this is very much waned now because of that. And I think Wells' other thing, some of the map has been cut off since the original, so they cut off a decent part of the map. I think the main map and also maybe the secondary potentially. Hard to say, but yeah. So I don't know, man. At least combat wise, they got what I think they said 2 fighting styles. Yeah, Dragon of Dojima, Kiwami, and a brand new style Ryukuku, inspired by the generational Okinawan martial art. Which, I mean, personally, I would have liked the four styles to come back, like or at least have 4 styles, like bring the I call it bear, but I know it's like a beast, the beast style, and then like what was the other one? Which they kind of incorporated that I think into the Ryukuku style, where like when you get weapons and it's focused on weapons or something like that. But I don't know. I like the flexibility and options, which also in turn makes the game more interesting because you aren't doing it doesn't feel as repetitive since you have like 4 styles to choose from instead of 2. But we'll see. Then again, I mean, there's also mods that somebody probably mod some of those styles back in the game, like I think they did with Kiwami too. So it's not all lost. Then to mention the spin-off Dark Ties, action adventure game that depicts the events leading up to Yakuza 3. A story of the gritty reality of human relationships in the criminal underworld, which is basically Yakuza, but alright. With a refined but cool combat style centered around boxing. It's kind of dope. And I forgot the main, is it Mine? Yeah, Yoshitaka Mine. You play as him, and he has 2 styles. They look pretty cool and pretty unique compared to like Kiryu and others. So we'll see. I mean, I have no choice but to see what this game is about. Of course, I mean I'm obligated, as as the Komaki Tiger Dropper implies. I have to. So yeah. We'll see. I don't know these elements do make me weary. Like, yeah, mainly the revelation system. Like, what are we doing? What is even the point then? If you just gonna remove that just doesn't seem right. Then Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Yakuza Kiwami 2 come into modern consoles. They're coming in a bundle that includes the original Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2 for Series X, PS5, Steam, etc. I think Switch is coming later. Coming later, November 13th. But to everywhere else is going to be December 8th. So, there you go. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, PS5 and Xbox Series versions coming to PS5, Xbox. Well, kind of redundant, but in Steam. So this basically has the director's cut content that was exclusive to the Switch 2. Now everybody else is getting it. But with this is like what's kind of messed up is that like they don't give you an option to upgrade your original PS4 Yakuza 0 to director's cut or add the director's cut content to it. You literally have to buy the game all over again, as well as including the you can't transfer your save progress over to like presumably like most people have the PS4 version and jump into PS5. So you basically have to start from scratch all over again. And from what I've heard in terms of like the director's cut content is very been pretty divisive. I'd say skewing more towards negative because I think some elements like literally retcon some very integral story elements from what I've heard. I've yet to play this director's cut version myself, but that's concerning. That's pretty concerning. You know, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Apparently, a live action Yakuza 3 production. Did they show Stranger Than Heaven? Oh, it's a behind the scenes snippet of Stranger Than Heaven. But it didn't seem like it was that much. And then they said maybe a second of the new Virtual Fighter project. And, you know, look out for it. And that was it. So all in all, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have definitely been weary since Nagoshi left, back in 2017, in terms of like, you know, the direction where the Yakuza series is going as a whole. And I don't know, man. It like Pirate Yakuza was pretty decent. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It definitely didn't hit the highs that I wanted it to as a whole, but I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it though. So, and then, you know, what was the Yakuza 8 Infinite Wealth? Very meh. The story did not really keep me. I mean, I finished it because I had to see what happened to Kiryu, but I don't know. It didn't hit like I wanted it to. Didn't hit like I wanted it to. They did do Kiryu justice, I'll say that, but yeah. So I don't know, man. But at least with 3, they have the template of the original game. But I don't know, with removing the revelation system and those weird like recasting choices, I'm very weary. I'm gonna definitely try it. I'm gonna definitely still get it, but I'm still very weary about like, especially comparing it to the original Yakuza 3, which I think most people consider it the weakest one out of the series. So I was looking on perusing Reset Era, and what was one dude said, man, he said so Yakuza 3 is gonna be the worst Yakuza again. The worst Yakuza in the series again, which is very funny. Can't break that curse. Hopefully it does, but I don't know. The dark ominous juju from Kiwami, the original Yakuza 3 somehow got transferred into Kiwami 3. I don't know. Moving on. I don't know how to type. PlayStation State of Play also happened like the same day in this past September. Ooh. To shift myself. Battlefield 6. They got I think this was the trailer where they dunked on Call of Duty to some extent, or no, maybe I'm thinking of some random commercial. No, yeah, this is just a campaign trailer, but it was like, I think a general trailer that came out that like was basically making fun of Battlefield, Call of Duty's trailers where they have like all these famous people like doing Call of Duty-esque stuff, like on a helicopter shooting rocket launchers, firing miniguns, etc. Then it showed like, I forgot who are all the famous people, but they were about to do something similar, and then like some rocket just blew everybody up, and then it just went to like the presumably Battlefield 6 people, like, oh, scan an area, everybody's been eliminated. And it's like, damn, they coming for the jugular. They coming for it. They coming, and they're not gonna let go. Code Vein 2, Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert looks kind of cool. I'd be kind of curious to see how that is. Deus Ex Remastered. This was kind of interesting in terms of they literally remastered the original Deus Ex game in a new engine. Infusing visuals with new light and dynamic shadows, rebuild character models, and much more. But I don't know. It looks kind of off. But I mean, I guess that's the Deus Ex game in of itself. Maybe I've never played it, so I've heard people rant and rave about this game though. I played Mankind, I think Human Revolution, and it was all right. Didn't do much for me, so I don't know. Part of me is curious. Comes out February 5th on PS5. Dynasty Warriors 3 remastered. This one was actually pretty surprising that they're straight up remastering Dynasty Warriors 3. Not my favorite in the series that I don't think I played, but as I've said publicly, if they remake Dynasty Warriors 4, that'll make the meat jump. I'm just saying. You really want to make my meat jump? You just you just do remaster Dynasty Warriors 4. Just do that for me, please. Pretty please. Lubu reigns again, so at least it has the core staples, the 2 players simultaneous play, officer development system, March 19th next year. Remaster built on Unreal Engine 5 featuring numerous enhancements. I might mess with it. And God of War reached its 20th anniversary. Want to know what was celebrated? What news we got in celebration of it? We got a limited edition DualSense controller with the red markings that Kratos has, and it's white to resemble his ash of his fallen people, fallen wife and daughter. Happy 20th anniversary, God of War. Yeah, that's how you celebrate 20th anniversary, with a controller, not with a compilation of all the games that have come up, at least before the reboot. But okay, not a remake of the original God of War at all, But who am I to propose something like that? It's a shame. Gran Turismo 7, I'm like, I have no idea what the Spec 3 update, I know y'all been waiting for it. Here you go. The game has sold 100 million units globally. Actually, I did buy it. It was on sale. It was pretty cheap, so yeah, I had to. I couldn't help it. What else? Some new features, content, 2 brand new F1 race circuits, 8 new vehicles, circuit experience, data logger feature. Like, what more do y'all want? Like, come on, data logger feature? What? Let's go. I'm sorry to the Gran Turismo fans. My bad. I didn't mean to It's just funny as this is clearly the perspective of a non-fan who doesn't have any ties to Gran Turismo, but that's hilarious. Halloween was announced. Michael Myers, or some tend to say Mikael Myers. If you get that reference, I fucks with you heavy. Yeah, so kind of similar to the Friday the 13th, and what was it? I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Kind of asymmetrical Dead by Daylight esque type deal. Where you can either be Michael Myers or what I think, four survivors, maybe five. And you have to, whoever wins type deal. One of the weird things was that Michael Myers has this ability to shift. I think they call it shift, where he basically disappears into like a fog that presumably the survivors can't see. So basically he can move around without being seen. And I'm like, I mean, as somebody who's barely watched any of the movies, I don't think he can do that, but all right. Game logic, of course, but still. Let It Die Inferno. I totally forgot about this, but yeah, they did reveal this. Coming out December 3rd on PS5. Take the role of an immortal explorer, called a raider. This is basically the same plot as the original Let It Die. You're not alone as you delve. You encounter other players as well as the grotesque denizens in Hellgate. Need to survive battle in both. Your success will hinge on a strategic combination of unique weapons and special abilities. So I'm curious if this is basically what was that one game called? Let It Die something. It's like Let It Die. Forgot what it was called. Let It Die BR game, I think. Deathverse Let It Die. Yeah. So I'm curious if at least the vibe I got, it seemed like it was like some elements from that game presumably made it into this potentially. Because I mean, in general, it feels like a sequel to Let It Die, but it seems to maybe have probably implemented some of those elements from Deathverse and put it in here potentially. Which I mean, I'm definitely game to mess with it. I mean, it's free to play. At least the first one was. I don't think this will be any different. So, Let It Die Inferno. I'll mess with it. Neo 3. I mean, I've not played Neo 1, so I can't even attest to that. It seemed cool. I don't know. PlayStation Pulse Elevate wireless speakers. We all been waiting. You know the one thing you was missing from your PS4, PS5 experience was, hey, I need some speakers so I can hear. All this time we haven't, and look what we got. Elevate wireless speakers. You're welcome. Like, come on. I think these also work with PC as well, because they were also toting that. They're like studio adjacent, studio similar quality, multi-device connectivity, so you can connect your PlayStation Portal as well as your PS5 or like a PC, using the PlayStation Link wireless technology as well. Soros, this is like the spiritual successor / sequel, it feels like, to Returnal, which it very much, seeing the gameplay, is like pretty much feels like just a sequel to Eternal rather than like a whole different thing, which I assume that probably is going to become a story element potentially at some point. That's at least my suspicion, that somehow this may tie into Returnal. But time will tell. Coming out March 20th, 2026 on PS5. Sonic Cross Racing Worlds Mega Man DLC. So they coming to join, So yeah, you got that. Seven Deadly Sins game. I've not watched the anime. I don't know. And probably, of course, the game you definitely want to end. You want to end this direct on Marvel's Wolverine. Boy, oh boy, I very much like the majority of people want to play the hell out of this game. They didn't hold back. Let me tell you. You got Wolverine, being Wolverine, and you're like, I'm like, where is this going to go? I don't know. But I'm like, oh shit, Wolverine. And then, second clip is like him doing a little spin, and then he, do the chin uppercut, but then with the not seethe, but extend the claws under the dude's chin, and dude, we see it all the full glorious HD. So, it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, we getting violent. Insomniac is getting violent. So yeah, it was very viscerally violent. Which man, I'm all in. As somebody who loves me some good ass gore and violence, I mean, hey, this is what we get. And I can't be any more thankful and have the utmost gratitude. So, thank goodness. Wolverine. Boy, yeah, that trailer was great. You got, showed his costume. They showed a couple other characters. They had Mystique in there. They had Omega Red. Was there another character? They had the Sentinels. That's the only ones I can remember. I think there might have been miscellaneous other ones. I think some people are speculating if the Hulk might, show in this to some extent, which would be pretty dope. And then, get people like thinking or excited for a original Hulk game that could, topple Mass of Destruction on like the PS2, Xbox era. So, yeah. This trailer was great. I guess they did go into a little bit more detail, like the actor behind it, who's ironically Australian, like Hugh Jackman. So it was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm very excited. I will be there day zero. Day zero. You hear me? Day zero. I'm going to unsee these claws, bub. You gonna see these claws. That's my Wolverine. That's my Wolverine. Yeah, and that was pretty much the state of play. Yeah. Moving on. Silent Hill 1 remake, full production. After, of course, the well-deserved praise that Bloober team, who we were all initially weary, like, how's this remake gonna go? Did a great job on the Silent Hill 2 remake. They did confirm that they're now actively producing the Silent Hill 1 remake, leveraging their horror expertise and new open cities technology for future titles. The studio aims to shorten release intervals between major horror games, supported by multiple in-house second-party projects, enhancing game development efficiency. So there you go. Silent Hill 1 also being remade. In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. I see it. It's so close. I'm looking forward to it very much. I will be there no matter what. No matter what. Moving on. Oh boy, yeah. So Xbox, who's been they've been having a good run lately. Not to mention the multiple price hikes of their Xbox Series consoles twice. They're like, you know what? We're not making enough money. Let's just rip off more from people. So now they announced that they're increasing the price of Xbox Game Pass from at least speaking from Ultimate. If you had Ultimate, which was $19.99 a month, now is going to be $29.99 a month, like in November. So that's roughly like a 40% increase from what I've heard, which is crazy. You could tell they're trying to offset something. I think with Call of Duty specifically, since they purchased Call of Duty, I think they're trying to offset that. I can only imagine. The one benefit I could see that I'm like, okay, I could kind of maybe see if I did is there's a couple of passes that is included with this price increase, which is includes the Fortnite pass. I forgot what they call it. Fortnite something, but and then I think a EA and a Ubisoft pass. So those are actually added to in line with this, along with the multiple games and being able to access them on multiple platforms. And then all of the tiers let you access on PC and Xbox, where I know before some of the plans you can only access on either console or PC or something like that. But they at the same time made it more cohesive and more like just a rip off as well. So it's like, oh damn. So yeah. What were the tiers actually? Let me look at the new tiers. Let's see. So you got Essential, which is like the first initial entry tier. 50 plus games, playable on PC, console, and cloud. Unlimited cloud gaming, in-game benefits, including Farai games. Online console multiplayer. Play and earn up to $25 a year in store with rewards. Then you got Premium, 200 plus games. Now playable on PC, console, and cloud. $14.99 a month. New Xbox published games within a year of launch. What does that mean? That if you have this tier, you can play those release. You can't play those release games at launch, but a year within. Let me look at the little deceptive small writing. Excludes Call of Duty titles. Oh, okay. So you can play new Xbox published games within a year of launch, except Call of Duty with this tier. Anything Call of Duty within this tier. You got unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times. In-game benefits, including variety games, online comms, multiplayer, and play and earn up to, get this, $50 a year in store. In the store with rewards. So, it gets sweeter. It gets sweeter. Then Ultimate, 400 plus games. Uh, Same, playable on PC, console, cloud, $29.99 a month. 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published games day one. So I guess they are reserving like newly released games you can only access if you have Ultimate, or you have to wait a year to play it on premium. I was allergic to that bullshit. Ubisoft Classics, EA Play included. So these are the two. And Fortnite Crew coming in November, which is their subscription thing. What is the requires Game Pass? Oh man, blah, blah. Okay. Unlimited cloud game at our best quality with the shortest wait times. In-game benefits for Riot Games, online console multiplayer, play and earn up to $100 a year in store with rewards. And that's the annoying part, where it's like, basically, keep playing our stuff. We'll give you like pennies, cents until up until 100 though, which I think you have to put in a ridiculous amount of time anyway, which most people won't be able to do, understandably so. But so there you go. Yeah, this in general feels a little too money grubby for me personally. I mean, I'm a Call of Duty fan, so that's probably the only one thing, as well as like Fortnite Crew is interesting as somebody who didn't have Fortnite Crew. But if it's under this subscription and is included, I feel like I could benefit from that. I don't really play too many, a few day one games. So I don't know. I see what they're doing, but yeah, I think they were better off just sticking with their model. So yeah, this is coming in place next month. I guess some trick workarounds is that you can still buy Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions. Like, I think GameStop is still selling them for $20 and stuff. So that is kind of a workaround where you can kind of offset the price that way, and they are honoring people who have pre-existing subscriptions that they have stacked. So if your Ultimate subscription doesn't expire until 2027, you're still good and don't have to pay. So then also, after this whole debacle happened, apparently the website to cancel your Xbox subscription was like crashing, interestingly enough, which is very funny. They're like, I mean, I guess some people could deduce that so many people are going to the site to cancel that, it was overloaded, or maybe some foul play on Microsoft that, oops, oh man, our DNS server is not pointing directly at things. Oh, what? Why is this happening on when we announced that Xbox is increasing their prices? What? That's a weird coincidence. That's let me take my tinfoil hat off. But I digress. I don't know. I mean, that's just I just find it odd that Microsoft, of all people, who clearly had provided us the operating system that pretty much the whole world uses, mostly to navigate the internet, etc., can't keep up with the network traffic, specifically just to cancel a subscription. I don't know. I don't know. I digress. So there you go. It's not looking good for Xbox as of late. I think we can all deduce that. that's all of the news I at least wanted to talk about. Let's get into what I've been playing. Gears of War Reloaded. I was playing a lot of multiplayer. These past few weeks consistently, and thoroughly been enjoying it. Now that I've had more time playing it, comparing it to the original Gears on console. I think I've talked about some of these points before, but yeah, just the graphics in terms of the lighting specifically, or design, overall design, yeah, it just feels a little too bright for me for a Gears game. That I think a lot of people would agree with, that they do prefer the the style of the original game over what we currently got. But I mean, it's serviceable. I mean, after time, you kind of get used to it, but it's always that thing in the back of my head. I'm like, I wish we still had the same like lighting, graphics, not maybe improved graphics, mind you, but like just the same art direction. Yeah, the similar art direction as the whatchamacallit, the original. So multiplayer feels good mostly. The shotgun feels way more inaccurate than I remember, but I also do remember in the original it being very inconsistent too, whereas like felt like a matter of luck or like, wall bouncing skills. So I don't know. I guess my only gripe with that is that I wish it had added in like a element from Gears 5, which is like being able to see the damage you did to said person, and like where I hit at and stuff like that, but which they don't provide, which I'm guessing is because of the inconsistency of the shotgun itself, that they don't want to bring attention to, that is my guess. So that's probably my only gripe, but I mean, it does feel like good old Gears for all intents and purposes. Also got it on PS5 just because of the novelty of it, in terms like this long time Xbox exclusive coming to a competing console. It was very fascinating, and boy did it feel so weird and foreign. Like playing Gears and having dual sense haptic feedback was like, I played like a little bit of the campaign with the dual sense, and like, this feels so wrong. It reminds me of that one somebody was like emulating PlayStation and Xbox, like actually playing nice, and like, what was it? It was something about like a cuck proposing like sex, where like Xbox is the person having I think it was the other way around. PlayStation having sex with Xbox, Xbox's girl presumably, and then like what was it like? Can I watch or something? I forgot the setup, but it was basically something along those lines. Like that's kind of what people are showing that relationship to be, which is wild, but nonetheless, yeah, Gears Reloaded. I approve. I'm personally, I'm just glad to see more people being able to have access to Gears. And fanboyism aside, that like they're able to experience this game and become fans of the game, and further propel the IP to wherever it wants to go. So as a fan of Gears, I do welcome the fellow PlayStation people with open arms and Nasher shotguns, sniper long shot headshots, and tag grenades, all of the above. Then recently, playing Silent Hill F, that recently just dropped. How do I feel about it? Ooh, I'm about maybe like four hours in, I want to say. Um, it definitely gives off like a unique vibe, but still has the like underlying Silent Hill, um, I guess mood within it, which I do enjoy. You play this girl Mirako. I totally butchered that name. It was some Asian schoolgirl, some Asian schoolgirl, and I guess she's exploring Silent Hill, and all the Silent Hill things happen, and you're exploring this dreary town, um, and yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it. The combat is actually pretty fulfilling once I got a hang of it. It does involve like counters, which hey, parries, which I'm like, okay. I mean, these, well, I guess counters mainly, where they have these attacks, these certain attacks that if you press R2 at the time where it like looks like a red silhouette moving behind them, that's when you can do it, and then it basically stuns them, and then you can get free hits in. And but to keep your ass in check, there's this damn annoying ass stamina bar mechanic where pretty much you have a set amount of stamina, so you can't just like relentlessly attack something. You have to wait for your stamina to replenish, and then you can hit again. But it gets very annoying because the stamina bar also incorporates your dodging as well. So when you're completely out of stamina, you can't dodge. So basically, you're kind of like a free hit if all your stamina is gone, unless you are not able to get hit magically within what it feels like forever. Of course, it's somebody who clearly keeps abusing it, or not necessarily abusing it, but like running out of stamina consistently. Felt like 2 seconds for it to start replenishing back, and then a majority of the time you're dead. But I will say I am playing on the hard difficulty, which is that was weird in of itself, where there's a hard difficulty and story, and that was it. Like no normal, because I mean you would presume that story is easy and then hard is hard, but I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess they're trying a new thing to, I don't know, not feel like they're insulting players if they reference normal as what it is. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm experienced with horror games and games in general. So like, let me just mess with hard. And boy, it feels hard. Let me say that. I mean, it the mode is living up to its name. So I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's but yeah, that this mechanic is so annoying. I understand why they implemented it, of course, but I would hope that maybe you don't have a stamina bar in the story mode. I'm curious. I probably, after I finish it, I'm probably just maybe gonna start a game real quick, just playing normal, and see like how many hits I could do before my stamina fully depletes. There's also this sanity system where like if you certain attacks in certain situations will cause you to lose sanity, and I'm not sure of the end game like implications of it, but I presume from what I've heard, it seems to somewhat incorporate with like the story to some degree, where like I presume like if you keep your sanity low majority of the game, then you'll get a different ending or something like that, I'm guessing. So it seems like that is more story ending based than like, I don't know, end game. Oh well, no, because there is this like charged attack you can do that does require some of your sanity to do. So I guess there is that element and incentive to have your sanity to like give somebody that big hit with the pipe. So. But yeah, from what I played so far, I am enjoying it. So many games coming out. Ghost of Yote that I have. I'm very much want to play, but like now I'm like, let me finish this because I hear it's short at least to beat it the first time. So I'm like, let me finish this first and then hop on Ghost of Yote after. So yeah. Woke. Yeah, these what is this the we in a woke game resurgence apparently, because just because you play as a woman the game is woke. If I play as a black guy the game is woke. These gamers are insufferable, man. Let me tell you, as a fellow gamer, I'm embarrassed to be associated with some of y'all. It's like, my God, like, what was the one thing I saw on Twitter? Somebody was complaining about the damn game because of the puddles. The puddles weren't like how they wanted them to be. I'm like, nigga, dude, the game about slashing people, stabbing them. Why you so damn caught up on some puddles? It's like, I mean, I understand pick your battles, venom, whatever, but like, we got bigger fish to fry, man. You could be critical about any other legitimate element of the game, but you just gonna be caught up on some puddles. I'm like, God, let's touch some grass. I don't know. Touch some actual real life puddles, because my God, jeez. I'm not one of them. I'm just saying. But yeah. With that being said, that'll conclude episode 203 of Switches Sites.
Nobody's safe.
Whoops. If you did like this podcast, feel free to like, rate, subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can catch archives of this podcast on youtube.com/aswitch as well. And you can also watch me broadcast live on Twitch TV/aswitch as well. But yeah, y'all, until next time, feel free to fuck. Get your damn game on. Oh yeah.
Nobody's safe.